Arabic lessons for Yasir Hanafi. Lesson number 3.
مالك، إمام أحمد بن حنبل، إمام الشافعي، يحيى بن معين، يحيى بن سرقطان، وكيع بن جراح، ابن عيينة، ابن حجر العسقلاني، بدر الدين العيني، إمام شوكاني، إمام ابن كثير, إمام قرطبي, سيف الله على رؤوس الملحدين, Imam Razi, all of them, he's saying the same thing.
So there are some minor problems, but then there are some major problems. The first thing is, as we've seen many times, nearly 30 videos now, Sheikh Yasser cannot read Arabic, he cannot translate Arabic, and he can't even say the name of the author he is quoting. He says something like Ibn Hiskalani. This is not his name is Ibn Hajar Al Asqalani. So that should speak volumes to you. Anyway, we should not forget who we are listening to. We're listening to someone who has studied Arabic for 20 years under Syrian shuyukh. Let's see what he says.
Of his Arabic language. Now he's telling me who studied Arabic language for 20 years with Syrian shuyukh that, I don't know Arabic.
I'll give you the page that Sheikh Yasser is quoting from, but let's see how much he learned in those 20 years of study of Arabic. Let's have a listen to what he says.
Hajar Asqalani Al-Shafi'i rahimahullah has mentioned this inside Fathul Bari, volume 13, the statement of Imam Ibn al-Munayyir, explaining the madhahib, and the three main madhahib, and the safest and the madhab of the pious predecessors he mentioned is, this is in the chapter of Tawheed, page 444. The third madhab is mentioned, Imara'uha ala ma ja'at, to pass through these attributes like they've come, mufawwidan ma'anaha ila Allah ta'ala, consigning the meaning. Mufawwidan ma'anaha ila Allah ta'ala.
This is very sad to see, and it's further very troubling and disturbing, because when he does things like this, like bring the page and we can read the page, and the page says something completely different to what he is claiming, then this should really be quite disturbing for the sincere person. But this is an Arabic lesson, so I have to teach you a bit of Arabic pronunciation now. The third red line that I have underlined states imraruha, imraruha, imraruha. There are two ras there. Have a listen to what Sheikh Yasser says. He says imra'uha, imra'uha ala ma ja'at. This is ridiculous. This is an inability to read Arabic properly, and imra'uha means something different from imraruha. So I'll give you how an Arab would say it.
إمرار ضوء خلال عضو بغية فحصه طبيا.
So the correct pronunciation, as I have given and as an AI bot has given, is imraruha. Imrar, not imra'uha. The other problem that we have is this page clearly shows the madhab of the Salaf at the top and Ahlul Kalam. Ahlul Kalam is not madhab al-Salaf. So when he says at the beginning, I will give you the madhab of the pious predecessors, he's not giving you the madhab of the pious predecessors. He is giving you three separate opinions of Ahlul Kalam. Clear deception. And people, how many deceptions do you need to see? Ahlul Kalam, as in this Wikipedia page, is composed of major schools, Maturidi, Ash'ari, Mu'tazili, Imami Shia, 12 Shia, Ismaili, Nizari, Musta'ali, Hafizi, Tayyibi, and they also have Quranism underneath that. He's talking about Ahlul Kalam. These are the major Kalam schools. It's not the madhab of the Salaf. Clear deception. And as a further history lesson for the ignorant, Professor Daniel W. Brown describes Ahlul Kalam, and he says that Ahlul Kalam agreed with Ahlul Hadith that the example of Muhammad, the Prophet of Islam, was authoritative, but it rejected the authority of Hadith on the grounds that it was a corpus filled with contradictory, blasphemous, and absurd reports, and that in jurisprudence even the smallest doubt about a source was too much. So they believed the true legacy of the Prophet was to be found elsewhere. Ahlul Kalam is not Ahlul Salaf or Madhab Salaf. Yasir Hanafi conflates the two because he can't read, he can't pronounce English words like barbaric, linguistic, and linguist, and he can't pronounce Arabic words, and he can't distinguish between Ahlul Kalam and Madhab Salaf. I really pray and hope this man is not teaching people Arabic anywhere, or Islam.